What just happened in Hollywood has left fans in shock. Actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner has tragically passed away at just 55 years old. He was on a family vacation in Costa Rica, enjoying some time in the water, when things suddenly took a heartbreaking turn. He drowned. It's heartbreaking and came out of nowhere. Malcolm wasn't just a familiar face on our screens, he was the real deal.
I think I was very fortunate coming out the gate with Cosby, which put me in a position where, and because I've always had a good team around me, I've always been in a position where I've had the luxury of being meticulous about the kind of roles that I choose.
An actor, director, poet, and even a musician, he wore many hats and wore them well. He starred in hit shows like The Resident, Malcolm and Eddie, Sneaky Pete, and American Crime Story. His movie credits were just as impressive, including Tuskegee Airmen, Drop Zone, and Fool's Gold.
My mom was really instrumental in getting me to understand the concept of longevity, the concept of being versatile within this business, because she would always say, if you look at anyone in this business who's had longevity, there are times when they've been hot and times when they've not been hot. You have to decide what you're going to do during those times when you're not hot, so you're not making desperate acting choices. I've been fortunate enough to I've always had the financial wherewithal to be meticulous about the kind of work that I do. So I have a body of work that I will never have to be embarrassed by. Now, there may be some work I might be embarrassed because I might have been whack, but there's nothing in my body of work that I'll ever have to be embarrassed in that I misrepresented my people, or I have continued to perpetuate stereotypes of our people. I've been very fortunate to be able to, pick and choose. I've never had to take a role that I felt would compromise my soul.
But let's be real. The world knew and loved him most for playing Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, a role that earned him an Emmy nod and made him a household name. And it wasn't just about talent. Malcolm stood on principle. He made sure the roles he took reflected something deeper. He cared about how Black men were portrayed on screen, and he wasn't afraid to say no to anything that didn't align with his values. That kind of integrity, rare in this game. This loss is huge, truly devastating, sending love to his wife, his family, and all the friends and fans who held him close. Rest in power, Malcolm-Jamal Warner. You'll never be forgotten. Now let's talk about someone else stirring up serious conversation, Chloe Bailey.
Sinners, yes, I saw Sinners. It was phenomenal. I absolutely freaking loved it. Can I be honest? After Sinners, I cried. Do you want to know why I cried? Yes or no? Or you're just like, Chloe, you cried because you're a crybaby. Just tell me. Okay, so I think anyone who, it just reminds you so much of the industry, right? And it's like, you could have a gift like he did with his guitar. And like they said, when he's singing, he's honoring his ancestors and uplifting and all of that, but then it also attracts the not good.
Chloe just dropped a truth bomb that's got people thinking twice. In a recent moment of honesty, she compared being in the industry to the movie Sin, and straight up suggested the reason she's not further in her career is because she refuses to sell her soul.
So it's like, in order for him to be successful, the vampires were telling him he has to sell out so that he could be, that he could live forever and his music could live forever. And it's exactly like things that I see and go through every day.
That's right. Chloe is saying the industry wants people to play dirty to win, and she's not doing it. And honestly, she might be onto something. Chloe is crazy talented, like next level gifted. She sings, dances, acts, writes, produces, plays instruments. She's got the full package.
And that's why I just like broke down crying, because it was showing Like the people who decided not to go to the other side, they were in there fighting for their lives. They were in there going through it. While the ones who did give in, they were outside celebrating and having a good time and got things quicker and things like that. So the reason why Sinners resonated with me so much is because it's something that you see every day. And no matter how hard you work, no matter how good of a person that you are, no matter how talented you are, sometimes that's not enough to get you places that you need to be.
And she works. Her hustle is unmatched. But despite all that, it still feels like she's being held back. And you gotta ask yourself why. There's clearly something going on behind the scenes because talent like hers should be front and center. Let's be real. Chloe might have jumped out solo a little too soon. Leaving her group with Halle felt rushed, and her team not giving her the push she deserves.
And that's why Sinners, like, I was crying right after, because I feel like anyone in the industry could really resonate with it. And it also showed that what you have to give negativity permission to be inside. And as long as you don't invite it in, you'll be okay and safe. So that's why I really resonated with Sinners. And I thought it was so beautiful. I thought it was done so beautifully. And I'm just really proud of everyone who was a part of it. And I even cried when he was singing in the bar, and you see all the different, the history, all of the ancestors that came before us, that he wouldn't have been there to make music and play his guitar without the ones that came before him. So I feel like anyone who has a gift and has something that they truly, truly love, but feels like it's not coming to them in the time that they want it because they're moving in the right ways where they don't give in, it's harder. And then you have so many things tempting around you, like the vampire. So it was so deep. It was so deep. That's the reason I cried for a whole hour after.
For some reason, the public ain't fully connecting with her music, even though her last project, Trouble in Paradise, was straight fire. That was a solid R&B album, no question, but still, something's not clicking. Now, let's talk real for a second. If Chloe had signed that kind of deal, the kind, or made that behind-the-scenes agreement, things would look very different for her right now. She'd probably be holding a Grammy, topping charts, getting non-stop promo, and selling out merch bundles to boost her sales numbers. But that's not what's happening, because Chloe chose to stay true to herself. She's not playing the game like they want her to, and that costs you in this industry. But it's also what keeps your soul intact. Just like Malcolm-Jamal Warner once said, he refused to sell his soul for a role. And that kind of mindset, it's powerful, but it also comes with a slower climb. And yeah, it can be frustrating when others blow up overnight by doing whatever it takes, while real talent like Chloe has to grind year after year. But guess what? The ones who shoot to the top too fast without a solid foundation, they usually come crashing down just as fast. So maybe Chloe's journey is taking longer, but at least it's real. No shortcuts, no compromising, no fake clout, just pure talent and work ethic, and that's something that'll last. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think Chloe's being blackballed, or is it just bad timing? Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if you're rocking with it. Appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.